everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you my rendition of painting asters on this glass bottle. I am going to be using two of my magic brushes, a number 8 and number 10. These are flat brushes, long stem, which I'm not real crazy about, but I like the brushes. A number 8 Deerfoot Stippler and a dotting stylus. Paint I'm using for this design is Real Brown. All of these are FolkArt paints, Wicker White, Pale Yellow, Moon Yellow, Thicket, Eggplant, Lavender, and Purple Violet. Make sure Oh, actually, it's Perfect Purple. Perfect Purple. All, again, these are FolkArt paints, combination between MultiSurface and Enamels. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Basically, what I'm going to do is take the bigger brush, which will be the number 10, and I'm going to start just by dabbing into the single paint. I'm trying to get this in here. And start creating my designs. Now I'm just doing on the chisel edge, but using the side of the brush, instead of going this way, I'm going this way and creating the designs. Now you can do it where you're doing it like a clock and starting at the top and then going around, doing your dot, 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 or you can just go around and create the flower. And I'm choosing at this point just to go around and create the floral part and not mess with doing the clock per se as far as creating where the actual petals are. And I'll do a couple that are in this color. And just pull them. You can make your petals thick, thin, however you want to do them. Long, short, you can vary them. And now I'm just going over them again. And I might go ahead and, because I didn't do this so much on my sample, but because it's kind of dark, I'm going to go ahead and just pull in some white so they stand out a little more. Plus, when you're painting on glass, when you make your design more opaque, that actually is going to make your paint more durable on your design. The thicker you apply your paint, the more durable it will be, and that's a good thing. Maybe not as important when you're painting a home decor piece, but it is important, especially when you're doing wine glasses, because those are going to be handled a lot, washed more frequently, so you want those to be more durable. And like I said, you can add some petals in as you go if you want. I just kind of like to vary my petals as far as the colors go. And just keep working with it. Like I said, I can add more petals into this, or I can just have it be really a thin petaled flower. Up to me. Alright, so I'm trying to get in quite a few blossoms here. I'm going to do a little one here with just this color, and then I'm going to add some white to it. And that's just a quick little bud. Then I'm going to dip into another one of the colors. Come up here and add another open flower. And just keep pulling in. Like I said, I can make it as full or can vary the length of the petals I'm painting. Because I'm painting on glass, though, I will go back in and throw in some white here just for the durability. Now when you're painting on paper, you can get by with just the single colors without having to do this. But for some reason the white, I think, has a lot of pigment to it, so it actually is a good a good one to add to give it some thickness. And you just keep going over your flowers until you're happy with the consistency that you're seeing, how they're filled in. You know, that's fine. Okay, I want to use that same color again. Oops, I double loaded it, didn't want to do that, but we'll proceed anyhow. I can't put as many on this design as I did on my paper, and I've mentioned that before because my paper is a bigger surface, so you're going to have to adjust your surfaces, your design, based on the surfaces you're painting on. And keep in mind too, when you're viewing my channel, I have the intention of creating items that are easy for beginners to paint. So please keep that in mind when you're seeing my designs, because I don't want you to look at it and say, oh my gosh, those are just so simplistic. They're meant to be, because I want people to be able to paint them. That is my goal. Alright, so then let's go. I'm going to do another one down here. Now this one I'm going to have, I'm going to get back and forth here, I'm going to have more of the purple towards the bottom and come in here and paint in a lighter top. If you see what I mean here. I'm going to come back in here because I want these to be a little bit darker, or more opaque, I should say, not darker, but more opaque. Come in like that. I'm going to leave the top ones as they are. Then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put one that has a lot of white just as a partial right here. And then I'm going to turn it and do the darker towards the bottom. Now I can do it all in white if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do it like this. And just make a cute little flower like that. Okay, again, you know, just keep in mind my paper, which you'll see in my pictures, is bigger with more room, but this one I had to cut it down some to get in, you know, the different types of blooms. But anyhow, alright, so now I'm going to take my stippler and I am putting in my centers. Now I can have my centers all going in the same direction or kind of scatter them a little bit. And I'm starting out with the yellow, which is the school bus yellow, and putting in these centers. Then I'm going to touch the back end of the stippler with the white, and I'm going to come in here and then just add in some white. I want it just to be sporadically in here, not in any certain method or way. Now I'm just touching it in like that. You can blend it more if you wish, but I like it just like that. Then I'm going to take my dotting stylus, dab it into the real brown, and then I'm going to come in here and then try to just tap in. Now because it's wet on wet, I have to be careful that it's not, I'm not pushing down too much because it is kind of wet. Well, it's very wet actually. And I'm coming down, now it's kind of dark, you can't see a lot of it when I'm coming down into the flower part, but I am dotting this into the actual petals of the flower, which is fine. If it were a little bit lighter, you'd be able to see it more, but it's fine. And then come down here and do the same thing. And there you go. Now if you want, you can add another color into this so that it maybe makes it stand out a little more. I am choosing not to do that. I'm just going to keep it with the brown, and I like it just like that. We'll just keep tapping it on here. There you go. Pretty easy, right? Just what I wanted it to be. Now for the greenery, I'm going to turn my plate around here a little bit and start doing my blending strokes here with the Thicket and the pale yellow, and I'll touch into the moon yellow and just keep going with it. Alright, now I'm going to put my little stems down in here throughout and just try to make them look like they're meant to be. Again, you can go over these more if you want. You can turn your brush so you lead with different colors just to make it stand out a little bit more, since we are dealing with a green bottle. Then I'm going to come up here and do my stems and then put in my greenery here. And I'm just going to pull into that. And I can turn it too if I want to add in some more of the other color, like that. And then go back over it with some of the darker just to kind of mix it in a little bit. There you have it. Do the same over here, put my stem in, and I can lead with these other colors first, or I can lead with the darker green. Just up to me. So there's really not a wrong or a right way. Just do whatever you feel comfortable with and whatever look you really like. And then we'll do that with this one here. Because my intention here on my channel is to get you to be creative. Don't be afraid of it. And you realize too, the more you do it, the better you'll get with it. I mean, no doubt on that one. No doubt whatsoever. Okay, so then I'm going to come in here, still using these same color combinations, and I am going to start off by doing some of my wiggle petals. If you don't like a lot of leaves, please adjust your design to what fits your desire, because I do like a lot of leaves and I can get pretty heavy-handed with the leaves, so I just want you to know you have the freedom to create the design the way you like it. It doesn't have to be the way I do it. I just don't like when people get hung up on it has to be done this way or that way, because it doesn't. It truly doesn't. You can do it whatever your heart's desire. You can make them smaller, you can make them bigger. If you don't want it to be something that takes over and goes into the flower below, then just make it a smaller petal, smaller leaf, whatever it is you're working on. And I don't mind if mine go over a little bit onto the design below. Just have to understand too, if it's wet still, you could be pulling in some of that paint into your design, and that's fine. Sometimes having another color involved is a pretty result. And then if you find, like this is again such a small space, so I'm just going to do some filler leaves, kind of my favorites. Just pull these in to fill in your design. Just very simple. Very simple. If you want to pay attention to which direction they're going for the purpose of light, that's up to you. I'm not really too concerned with that. I just like my glassware to be pretty and full of design, just like that. And then I might fill in a little bit up front here. Now on this, I am just doing the front, as you can see. If I were selling this, would probably do it all the way around. It just depends on how you're going to use it. If you're using it just to sit it on a shelf and only the front's going to be seen, then that's fine. If you're sitting in a bathroom putting lights in it, you might want to consider doing the whole thing. Alright, so there we have it. Pretty simple, but pretty, I think. Alright, if you like this video, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And before you leave, if you would hit the share button underneath the video, that will give you the opportunity to share this video on your social network with all your family and friends. I would definitely appreciate it. Alright, so here we go. Until the next time, please stay safe and healthy, and you have a good one.